Well, another week, another episode of Skeleton Crew. And it's pretty much at the same level of what it's been throughout. I mean, I still see it as an okay show and all that. The Jude Law episodes where he's more prominent in it are easily the best because, well, Jude Law's a good actor. And, boy, if they actually had a really cool Star Wars adventure show with him as the lead, you might have something. But he's going to be a part of this kid show, which, like I said, in and of itself, it's not a show that pisses me off or any of that stuff. And so far, so good. Unlike Acolyte, it's not playing with canon all that much. It's added in this strange, mysterious world and all that, but it's kind of within its own narrative there, and it doesn't seem to have any impact on what Star Wars has established. So anyway, this picks up after the kids had to escape from Jude Law, who went very dark and sinister, but hey, he was a criminal pirate, He's got some force powers, so there is a story there of somewhat. Unless there's some sort of trickery that he's got and no one's figured it out. But, I mean, where would he hide the tech, Anyway, so the kids escape through, the garbage chute, I guess. And so there's all this trash. Well, I guess most of it is parts and stuff. And there's these cute little crabs hanging around, and the kids, oh, look at that. Well, the kids kind of get irritated with one another, and they split up and in teams of two. So Elephant Boy and Fern pair up, and Wim and Cybergirl pair up, because I guess Fern and Cybergirl kind of sort of had a fight or whatever. So anyway, but oh no, the thing about Cybergirl is she just didn't want to admit that she was worse off from the conflict earlier than she wanted Fern to realize. And she nearly, expires here. Turns out she's way more cyborg than you might have realized. And she needed some help because some of the filthy stuff in those pipes and everything got into her works. And so she has to talk Wim through the steps to save her. And, he does. And she's fine. So, Elephant Boy and Fern managed to, they're trying to all get back to the ship, so they went their own way to get there. And they're getting there, but then suddenly they see the ship being hauled by these, drones, I guess, hauled out to the trash heap. And they're like, oh, there's our ship, we got to get it. And they get on top of one of the drones, and Fern, turns out there's a joystick on top that you can steer the drone. So she does, and it's weaving around and all that. And then the other two see them, and oh boy, and they join together. Oh no, but there's this big trash compactor, or robot that's going to gobble up the ship and melt it down and all that stuff. So they get into the ship, they're able to fire it off, but they're trapped. They took too long. And there's this button that the droid had told them, don't ever touch it. And, it was all over, so they went for broke and touched it. And the ship dropped its ass part, and the upper part took off and escaped. So they're good. And meanwhile, Jude Law got busted by the pirates, and despite getting in a dogfight with X-Wing fighters, one of the pirate ships escaped with him on board, and they get back, and then he manages to sway them with what he's discovered, because he did have some of the treasure, and he had the Republic credits and all that. So they're buying his story that he has located at Atten, and there you go. See, you're all caught up and you didn't have to watch it. But it remains a show that's probably one of their best. Their best of shows has probably been Andor, although Mandalorian was more adventurous and almost saved Star Wars somewhat. I don't think it could have been completely saved after the disaster of Last Jedi. But nevertheless, they almost had something, and of course they had to sabotage it, which they did. Yeah, amazingly enough, thinking perhaps there'll be a third chance later on. Well, it's not going to be this. It's just an okay show is not going to go anywhere near salvaging this franchise, which at this point, I just don't see how that happens anymore. Yeah. But anyway, as far as Skeleton Crew goes, it's an okay episode, but the Jude Law episodes are much better. And that's just the way it goes. I mean, look, they're kids. They're doing the best they can, but, you know, they're just not as good as a veteran actor. You know? That's just the way it goes. Anyway, there you go. I think there's, 2 episodes left? Or maybe 1. Something like that. I guess they'll end up back at Atten, and where we will eventually, I'm guessing, find out that Wim's father is, Captain, the old famous pirate that, that guy. We'll see what happens next time.